If you're trying to get organized to head back to work while you're still breastfeeding, I have a whole list of tips for you today. Hi, I'm Dani and this is Practical Mummy Loves Luxury. Welcome to my series of videos for practical tips for parents. Yes, this is a progression from my series of videos for new or expecting parents, and that's because I think if you're watching this video, you're probably not a new parent anymore. Returning to work breastfeeding. Now let's talk about the where, when, what, and how. And as usual, all the relevant information is in the description box below. Feel free to check it out after the video. First things first, if you live in Australia, by law, the employer has to make reasonable attempts to accommodate your breastfeeding needs. And bear in mind, many women do this, so do not feel embarrassed to have a chat to your employer about getting this organized. So where are you going to breastfeed or express breast milk? And this is not going to be a toilet or a shower. It is reasonable to expect that you're provided with a room that's private and clean, with a lockable door as well as a comfortable seat and a table. In a workplace, this may be a meeting room, an office, a sick room, a prayer room, or a first aid room. And if someone is going to bring your baby to you to breastfeed, this will probably suffice. But if you're expressing and you're going to be using an electric breast pump, you will need access to a power point so that you can plug your breast pump in. You'll also need access to a fridge where you can store your expressed breast milk and perhaps a sink or some hand wash so that you can wash your hands. If you don't have access to a sink though, bear in mind that you don't have to wash your breast pump equipment, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. I would also suggest that you get a private sign that you can hang on the front of the door while you're breastfeeding or pumping, because it can be extremely distracting if someone is knocking on the door while you're doing this. The next thing is, when will you breastfeed or express breast milk? The frequency of this is variable and it will depend on the age of your baby and where you are in terms of your breastfeeding journey. If you intend on breastfeeding or pumping every 4 hours, this would equate to approximately 3 breastfeeds or pumps per day. And then an example of the times that you would do this would be 8 a.m., 12 p.m. and then 4 p.m. Your duties will then have to be organized around these times, and this may mean that you might have to make up for the hours later or get paid less for the hours that you're not working. In terms of what to bring, you may like to bring a photo of your baby because this may help let down. In terms of what to wear, I found it most convenient to wear a nursing top and then a dress with either a zip at the back or buttons down the front, and I'll talk more about it in a minute. I also brought my breast pump bra or breast shield holders, and of course the breast pump, a funnel, something to store breast milk, which may be breast milk storage bags or formula bottles, also a marker pen, something to transport the milk in, which may be an insulated bag with ice bricks or fridge to go, which I'll talk more about in a minute, a sealed lunch storage bag, and a towel or muslin cloth to wipe up any spills. In terms of how, if you brought your baby's photo, you would stick it somewhere you can see your baby, and this can sometimes help with the letdown. In terms of what to wear, I talked about a maternity top, and then a dress with a zip at the back, and if it's going to be cold, a cardigan with a front opening as well. So for pumping, I found this to be the most convenient outfit to wear to work. I would have the maternity top underneath, and then over it a dress which can either zip up at the back or button up in front. When I was ready to pump, I would unzip the top of the dress and allow the top of the dress to drape over my lap, and then drop down the clips of the maternity camisole. After that, I will put on the breast shield holder or the breast shield bra with the breast shields on and then start pumping. And if I needed to, I would put a cardigan over my shoulders. I just found this setup to be most modest and it made me feel most comfortable doing this at work. And then once you're done, you can pour the breast milk into breast milk storage bags, but I personally prefer just using formula bottles because it would mean less use of single-use plastic, and also I could freeze and store my breast milk in these bottles and then just store them in the bottles when they're ready to use. This way it minimized the number of times the breast milk is transferred from one vessel to another, and this minimized the amount of volume that I lost. And this is when the funnel comes in. It would make sure that I didn't spill a single drop of breast milk. If I was going to use formula bottles to store breast milk, I would pre-label them with sticky tape, and then I would write down the date and the volume that I pumped on the label. The number of formula bottles or breast milk bags that you have to bring to work would depend on the number of times that you express breast milk. It is not advised to mix the body temperature milk with already cooled breast milk. From my understanding, that increases the risk of the breast milk then going off. Once you finish expressing breast milk, as I said earlier on in the video, there's no need to wash your breast milk equipment every time you pump. You only need to wash the breast pump equipment once every 24 hours, as long as you store the breast pump equipment in a fridge. And this is where the lunch bag comes in. So I don't have my electric breast pump anymore, and this one here is my manual breast pump. So what I would do is I would put the equipment in a lunch bag, seal it up, and store it in the fridge until I use it again the next time. And this is of course super convenient because it means that you don't have to carry any dishwashing equipment or a sterilizer to work. At the end of the day, you will need something to transport your breast milk home in. And if you already have a lunch bag, you can go and get some ice bricks to keep the breast milk cool en route home. I specifically got this one, which is from Fridge to Go. This product is meant to keep its contents cool for 8 hours. So this would suit someone quite well if, say, you live quite far away from your work and you're concerned that you might be stuck in a traffic jam, or you might have to make some stops on the way home from work. For example, if you go from work to the supermarket before you head back home. This video is not sponsored, so Fridge to Go has no idea that I'm making this video. In terms of features in this product that I like, it comes with its own custom ice bricks that fit into these zippered compartments. This means that the ice bricks stay where they should be rather than running around all over the bag, which may potentially cause variations in temperature in different parts of the bag. And I wanted that reassurance for my breast milk. So I've gone through that list pretty quickly because I've already made 2 breastfeeding videos where I talk about these products in more detail, and I also share my practical tips in those videos as well. So if you're interested, please feel free to check them out. I'll leave the cards up here for you to click on and also in the description box below. My next video is going to be on my favorite Kmart toys. If you want to get notified when that video becomes available, do subscribe and hit that notification bell. If you like this video, please give me a like and share it with your friends. In the meantime, feel free to check out these videos over here. If you have any questions or comments, please leave me a comment. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye!